Okay. My mic on, my mic's on. So guys, we're at Queen's University here. Just let me get sorted. Okay, you wanna grab that? Turn that round. Here you go, mate. I'll hold that there. Right. Hold it up. Bring your hand down a little bit there. Right. That button there. Right, that button there moves it up and down. See that button here? That moves it up and down. Right? So you get it a better. I move it so. Guys and dolls, Freedom Dad here. We're outside Queen's University. I think it's like the back gate. And I've just dropped a video. If you want to take 5 minutes and go and watch the video that I've just dropped. And we're here because there's a far left ideology, indoctrination in our country going on right behind me. Let me see if I've got my fluffy mic. It's a bit windy. Let me know if the wind's picking this up and I'll put the fluffy bit on. You know, I'm going to find this bit of paper for you guys and let you understand what's going on here. What have I done with it? So it's called All That's Left. All That's Left, guys. So this is what's going on here in here. So let me just let you know what's exactly is going on. Right at this minute, we have a panel of globalists and infidata, and they're talking about: are we too late for system change? Our flag stays red. We've also got an army like no other. History of the IDF by Hallam Breseith. Can republicanism deliver an Ireland of equals by Brian Kelly? Our greatest invention or inevitable demise by Adam Talon. Beyond the bargaining table, union, solidarity and socialism by Britt Smith and Craig Malloy. At 5:30, we've got Man Up, Late Capitalism and the Masculine Condition. Don't even know what that means. That's by Alexander Day and Odin O'Sullivan. Going for Great Government Sponsored Environmental Destruction by John Barry and Patrick McNichol. Tower Fours in Recession. Where's the world economy going? Brian O'Doyle. And Lenin's Legacy. Revolutionaries in Parliament Today by Rebecca Corbett. So they're the kind of speakers that we've got in Queen's University in Belfast today. Okay. Now, I want you to notice that there's no police presence. Okay. This is radical. These are radical, right? They talk about the far right. They talk about the far right. This is the far left. I'll show you. Radical book fur. There. Radical book fur. They're no hiding it. But yet nobody seems to care about it. Nobody seems to care, you know. Police don't care, government don't care. But when we have peaceful demonstrations as right wing, we have cameras, we have police, we have them stationary with cameras, with HD, zooming into all our faces. We have cameras on top of police cars and vans, zooming into all our faces, treating us like the terrorists. Treating us like the terrorists. The terrorists are in here. The terrorists are in here meeting. There's foreigners in here. There's people in here with names I can't even understand. radicalizing the people in this university on the guise of Palestine. Always on the guise of Palestine, a war that's going on many miles away from here, that has got nothing to do with this, but it's what they use, their driving force, to drive the far left ideology and the mass immigration of this country. It all starts right here in this university. These men here walking by, foreigners, most foreigners everywhere, getting visas to come to this country to study, you know. Where do they go then? Do they go back? No. Do you know why? Because the government can't even tell us how many have came here on visas that have returned. But yet no police, no nothing. Threats of the police getting phoned, as you will see with the video I posted before this. You know, we tried to go in. We've got somebody in there, and you know, we told them we were going to infiltrate them. We never told them we were going to disrupt it. You know, I told them I'm here to listen and understand your ideology, your argument. You know, why would you have these meetings in secret? Yeah. Why would you not let somebody like Freedom Dad, who's a citizen journalist, who gets so much support from my community, who's representing my community right now, why would they not let me even get in there and listen? So then we can have a chat about it afterwards. You know? I'm not going to go in there and start shouting and whatever. That's madness. You don't know I wouldn't do that. I'm here peacefully to understand the far left because nobody else is touching it. The newspapers aren't touching it. The government don't want to know. There's no politicians that represent our community, either DUP, TUV, or UUP, or PUP. Nobody. This is Sinn Féin's ground, guys. This is where we should be. This is where we should be concentrating a lot of our energy. The root of the problem. There's foreigners and Muslims coming to this country just like England, and they're going through our universities. You know what they're studying? They're studying law. I seen a picture either Oxford or Cambridge, right? And it was a picture of everybody past the bar. And I'm not joking you, you're talking 80 to 90% Muslims or foreigners, you know? That's our next lawyers. That's our next barristers. That's our next PFs. That's our next politicians. That's our next prime ministers. We all know the people that go through university, they study law, become part of politics. Look at Starmer. You know, there's many that you can look at, you know. And we're going to end up in Northern Ireland, just like England, with people in Parliament with dual citizenship, who, like Mahood said, her heart is always with Islam. Her heart will always be Islam, and she will always be a Muslim first. Now, to me, in a Christian country, and I'm not going to hear any arguments about that, this is a Christian country, that is not acceptable. It is not acceptable that any man or woman is in power in this country that holds dual citizenship than any other country. That's what I want to get across. We are not England. This is Ulster. Now, whether you're a Protestant or a Catholic in Ulster, this concerns both of you. This is the root of all evil. This is the beginning of the destruction of our country as we know it. This is everything that we have worked for, our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers and our grannies, who worked and put in so much money to build a future for our children, me, and our grandchildren, to allow these reprobates, these enemies of Northern Ireland, to come here and have secret meetings about our orange men, about our way of life, about our beliefs, our cultures, and our traditions. They're planning to destroy it. They're planning in there to bring us down. They're planning to radicalize, not just with the far left, but to radicalize with Islam. They're 110% behind Islam. They were 110% behind Hamas. You heard them. Straight, you heard it. You see it in the video. The pretty blonde girl was all about the massacre of children and the genocide. No mention of what Hamas has done. No mention of the brutality of what these men done on October. You know, now I know what they've done, and I've never seen a terrorist organization behave in such a way. This is on another level. of horror. And this is the men that these people support. You understand? So this is why Freedom Dad's here, because there's nobody else here. There's nobody else calling these people out, letting them know that we're watching them. We know what they're up to, you know. And we're going to be here. We're going to be here. We're going to try and catch them coming out, you know. And we'll see what they've got to say. Because I don't think they're going to have much to say, guys. You know what I mean? You know, because they want to be at Freedom Dad. They know who Freedom Dad is, as you've seen. As soon as I got there, Freedom Dad, you're not allowed in. Okay, man. I come in peace, guys. I give you my word. You know, I give them my word. I wouldn't disrupt it. I just want to listen. I said to them, come to one of our demos. We're not going to kick you. If you want to come and listen to our speakers, say, Freedom Dad, I want to come and listen to your speakers. I want to come and talk to the guys that go to your demos. I want to talk to the right wing of Northern Ireland. We will sit down and talk all day long. We have got nothing to hide. We will never stop these people coming into our demos. We would never stop them coming into our conferences, you know, or any meetings that we have. They are more than welcome. Any man or woman is welcome to anything that we're talking about and debating, because we've got absolutely nothing to hide, because we are right wing and we are right. We will always be on the right side of history, because we've only got one goal, and that's to protect this country. Protect this country from what's happening in England, and from protect this country what's happening in Ireland. Now, how they can sit in there and plan and the destruction of our country by saying that mass immigration is good and diversity is amazing, with the evidence of what's going on in England with the grooming gangs and all the rest of the foreigners that are committing serious crimes in England, and the problems that are going on in Dublin. You see the protests of the Patriots, thousands and thousands and thousands. They're putting us to shame right now. So they are. Because they're down there in Cork, Limerick, Dublin, every part of Ireland. They're bringing hundreds, if not thousands. I mean, I was at demos with 50,000 Irishmen, proud Irishmen that had had enough. I put a post out today, guys, on Facebook. And, you know, I talk to everybody in the street. Everywhere I go, everybody I speak to, they all say the same thing. The demos aren't working. We need to do more. What do I say to these people? This is to the government. This is to the PSNI. What does a citizen journalist say to people who are so frustrated and so angry that they don't know what else to do because nobody else is listening to them? You tell me, guys. You know, what are you doing about it? At least I'm trying to bring some common sense to the madness, trying to understand what it's about, try and get into the debate with these guys, try and talk to them about how we feel, how the people that's lived here all our lives, you know, not these nationalists, these dissidents that are in here promoting Hamas, because in the 80s, the PLO supplied the IRA with Semtex, RPGs, and the rest. And these guys are carrying on that hatred and bitterness by supporting Hamas, who are clear terrorists. Now, we cannot support any terrorists. None of us can support any terrorists. But these guys seem to be able to support the terrorists no problem, you know, because this is what it's all about. Hamas is the government of Palestine and Gaza. You know, there's no two ways about it. They run the show. We've just seen them executing eight people. You know, everybody must have seen that by now. These are terrorists that make our terrorists look like Mickey Mouse. Oh, the IRA used to phone people, used to phone the police and tell them there was a bomb planted here so they could give a warning to get civilians out. These terrorists don't work like that. As you see with ISIS and Al Qaeda, Hamas, Boko Haram, you know, this is violence and torture on another level. What the children went through in England is violence and torture on another level. It's fact. It's not misinformation. And that's what these people are promoting in here. That's what they promote. They're promoting violent terrorists to come to this country. If they had their way, they would empty Gaza and bring every single one of them here without any care of the damage that they're going to do in the long term. These are the enemies of every country in Britain. These are the people that brought England down. Exact same thing that's going on here in Belfast and Queen's University was happening in England many years ago. But the problem was nobody understood it. Nobody understood the seriousness of these guys and the power and how the police don't care. There's no police Land Rovers. There's no cameras, you know. But yet, look how they treat us. There's been no violence at any of our demos. It's been peaceful. A couple of roads have been blocked off. But, we haven't blocked off main roads like they have. Major roads in the city, closing down the city. We've never done that. We block off a road for an hour and then everything goes back to normal. It's roads where people can get around. It's calculated. It's strategy. They're not like stopping people getting from A to B. You can go around this way and still get the A to B. It's just taking a wee bit longer. What's that, man? Huh? West Link. Yeah, the West Link. The West Link. Come on, major road. You know what I mean? But look, this is what these guys are planning. This is the strategy of these guys. Out of the speakers, there's probably about four of them with British, Irish names, The rest are names that you can hardly pronounce. Why are these people in our universities radicalizing the people in these universities? Why is it being allowed? This is what we keep on telling you. This is what they do. They start with the kids and the universities because they're the ones that are going to be in power, whether it's in the police, whether it's in social work. Doesn't matter what, they're going to come into everything. Financial, lawyers, politicians. This is where they're all going to go. And they're going to come with that radical ideology that's being taught in this place right now, in the lectures by foreigners who have no care about this country because they're not from this country, right? They've come into this country and they're going to change this country to the way they want it, regardless of what the people of this country want, And this is very, very important. This is time to stand up. It's time to pay attention to what's truly going on. Guys, I can't emphasize enough. This is the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems we have is Queen's universities and all the rest around, up and down the breadth of Northern Ireland. They are in everywhere. In Ireland, in England, Oxford, Cambridge. This is where they base themselves. This is how they start. When you hear about the Fabian Society is an organization that was started up a long time ago, right? And Tony Blair had a lot to do with it. Now, the tactics of the Fabian Society is a revolution, okay? Now, to explain what it's about, they've learned from many years and through socialism and communism, through all their teachings from Lenin and all the rest of it, that revolutions don't work overnight. So this is a revolution that has been put down and planned for the last 20, 25 years with the same goal of a revolution of everybody coming out on the streets. Just like you seen in Tiananmen Square in China many years ago, Them revolutions don't work. They know that. So this is a long-term strategy that they have been working very hard. There's been millions, if not billions, put into the Fabian Society to drive this rhetoric, to drive the destruction of our country. There's no two ways about it, And we are maybe 45% through their goal. We can still stop this. We can stop this with knowledge. Knowledge is power. We can stop it by getting out onto the streets and telling Queen's University that we are not happy with the way you are behaving. We will. The only choice and chance that we have is by getting the right politicians that can change the people that are running this university, so they can stop the radical left. Unless they're ready for the right to have their argument, unless they're ready for us, the citizens, the people who live here, the people in the areas whose houses and streets are being transformed to unrecognisable, just like Bradford and Rotherham and Rochdale, Luton, Birmingham, Leicester, London, Dublin. This is how we stop it. This is one of the ways we stop it. We get rid of the left, the left ideology, preying on our empathy like we're fools. We are not fools. We know exactly what's going on. And we are going to be everywhere they go from now on. We are going to keep approaching them. We're going to keep asking for a debate. And their silence is going to show you the secrecy of their movement. Because if they can't come out like us, they can't film. You'll never see videos of these guys. You'll never see videos of these conferences. Even at the demos, they don't even video their demos. We have maybe a dozen cameras rolling at every demo we have. We run live. because we've got nothing to hide. Okay, nothing to hide. We run live at our demos. These guys don't even film it. It's all secret. It's all a big secret society, and it's a lot more serious. This, I believe, is almost like domestic terrorism. It's terrorism through the back door, and I'm never going to apologize for that, because the result of what these guys are talking about, the end result of what these guys are wanting, is more replacement, is more people coming into our country. They accept Islam. They accept the crimes of the extremism of Islam. We follow the Quran to the letter, and take it and shut up. That's what these guys want. This is what the men and women in here are supporting. And you ask yourself, why? Why? They come from Northern Ireland. Some of them come from the speakers don't come from Northern Ireland. They maybe live here. They maybe have British citizenship, but I can bet you they're not Belfast men and women. Not with the names that I'm reading out, you know. So you've got to say to yourself, guys, you've got to see it for what it is. It's right in front of you. It's just nobody's showing you it yet. I'm showing you. I'm showing you how these characters hope, not hate, end racism, how they brought down the right, how they silenced the right, how they worked with the media, like the Sunday World and your crime correspondents, your Belfast Telegraphs, how they worked with the media to shut people like me down so their voices keep up. Because I'm the one that's going to highlight this. I'm the one that's going to let you know exactly what's going on, and I'm the one who's going to get attacked by the PSNI, the government, and the newspapers, because they're all implicit. They're all implicit. And if I know this, an orphan from fucking the village, a bank robber who spent quite a lot of his time in prison, has no education. I know this with facts. This is fact. We've got receipts of the damage that these people have done in England. Take Nick Knowles. Nick Knowles, the leader of one of the leaders of Hope Not Hate. He brought a tweet out during the Southport riots saying that a Muslim woman was hit with acid. Muslim men went onto the street and hunted down Englishmen, and Englishmen suffered and got beat because of that tweet. Was he brought to justice? No, he wasn't even taken to court. See the difference between the left and the right. How many of our guys, the right wing of politics, who put out tweets, you know Lucy, how long she's done, and the rest, Wayne, you know what I mean, and the men that never came home from them sentences. This is what happens to us. Okay, they are allowed to incite hatred. If I was to have said that, if I had made up a story, if I had made up what's that? Huh? Yeah, you would have been lifted, yeah. If I had made a story up like that in Belfast saying, oh, a prominent right wing guy or a Christian guy has been hit with acid, and there's already trouble in the streets, and I'm making up a story to get right wing guys out to attack Muslims, I would be doing about 3 to 4 to 5 years for that. Why was Nick Knowles let off? Like I say, they're the far left. The government are accommodating them. The government and the politicians in Northern Ireland are accommodating this. Where are you politicians? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here questioning that? Why aren't you in here buying tickets for this to find out what's going on? Why is there nobody interested in this carry on when it means so much and it can do so much damage to us? I could have been a few places a day, but this is the most important place freedom dad can be, because this is what you need to know. The people of Northern Ireland need to know this is a hotbed for domestic terrorism by the far left, who are in there organising and wanting to bring hatred to us, Yeah, they're going to have to come down. They're going to have to come down. Come down and talk. Can you? Huh? We'll go. Yeah. Don't walk away. Come and have a debate. I want to come out and talk. Yes, we're recording. You're live on YouTube. It's all good. We're not here for trouble. We're here for debate. You've got radical left in there. You've got domestic terrorism. That's domestic terrorist in there. Going against the people of Northern Ireland. Bringing terrorists into our country. Do you expect us to stand here and do nothing about it? Do you expect the people of Northern Ireland to accept this? In Queen's University? Our university? Do you think we're going to be like England and have grooming gangs? Do you think we're going to be like England and have replacement of our cities and our towns? Do you? Do you think we're going to be like Dublin? You can smile all you want, grin all you want. Get the ball on. You can grin all you want. This is real life. Hundreds of thousands of children were raped by Pakistani grooming gangs and they're up there promoting it. You got nothing to say? Are you a man of Ulster? Are you a man of Ireland? Do you care for your country? Do you care for your people? That's a radical left up there. That's domestic terrorism going up there. When we have our demos, we've got the police and cameras everywhere watching us. Where's the police here? Yous are protecting them, men. We won't forget this, and we will be back. This is the start. This is the beginning of the Patriots of Northern Ireland that's going to stop the radicalization and Islamification in our country. Pass it on. We will be back. We will be here again and again and again. It's a free country. This is my city. This is my university. I'm a Belfast man born in the city hospital. Where's half them speakers been born? They're not from Belfast. They'll never be, even if they got citizenship, they still won't be Belfast men and women. There's foreigners in this country trying to bring this country down, and you are affiliating it. You are as guilty as the people up there. So yeah, it's frustrating, guys. You know, it's frustrating because this is real life. This is really happening. You know, getting locked out of Queen's University. You know what I mean? Belfast University. I was born in Belfast city centre. I'm a Belfast man. Doesn't matter what your name is. Doesn't matter what the British government give you passports or citizenship. You'll never be a Belfast man or woman in this country, and we're going to make sure of that. We're sick of seeing what's going on in England. We're sick of seeing what's going on in Dublin. The people in Northern Ireland had enough. My community want me here. Whether they don't want me here, the people in my community want me here. So we'll wait here for them to come out. We're just at the entrances. Yeah, but we'll see them going out the back.
You just keep recording?
Yes, mate, just keep rolling the egg, man.
Oh.
You can zoom in.
I will not do it. They're letting them out one by one. 2 by 2, whatever.
We're calling in.
What's that tell us?
Yeah. They haven't asked.
I know it's private property.
No, they haven't asked us to leave. This bit,
yeah.
like, they asked us to leave that building, and we accommodated it. So yeah, we're in Queen's University, guys. University of my country. University of my city. We're here to understand what's going on in these universities. If they ask us to leave, we will leave. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, we reckon they'll put them out the back way. This is where they're in. They're in there. This is where they are, guys. Thank you. Thanks for the 88 people in. 27 likes. Hit the like button, guys. Let me just check out comments. Hold on there. I'll get my glasses on so I can read the comments. We'll put it. It's around you. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Well, that's my story. Yep.
Okay, I'll have a wee look at the comments. Throw your comments up, guys. Who's in? Right to be right with you, bro. I'm coming down. Cheers, mate. God, free freedom, Dad. I fucking know he's saying that. Cheers, Eamon McCann. Here's your check, Hanky. Here's your check for being here. We'll get a wee look at these guys who are protecting and stopping freedom, Dad. Getting in to listen to an open debate, obviously, like something that's public. They're saying it's private, you know what I mean? We bought tickets, you know. We just wanted to see the reaction of freedom, Dad. Yes, it is a disgrace. You know. So yeah, they've got a lot to say behind our backs. They've got a lot to say in secret meetings, but they don't seem to have a lot to say to freedom, Dad. You know. Totally private debate. I know. You know, what I mean, I'm not here to be aggressive. You know, guys, I'm not. I'm not here to cause trouble. You know that. The last thing I want to do is be that man who's causing trouble and all the rest of it. I just want to have a conversation. That's all. We just want to have a conversation with these guys. We want to understand the mindset. So we do. We sit. We're going out the back way. Let them get out the back way. They're moving them out the back way. I've already got you, mate.
Everybody out the back. Everybody. Everyone. Not one out the front.
Not one of them. Not one of them want to speak to freedom, Dad. Not one of them. Not one of them want to have a debate with freedom, Dad. You know what I mean? All sneaking out the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Go. Come around. There's no chance out of it.
Two seconds, guys. Freedom Dad's about to do a bit of running. Maybe not. It's not a local area, guys. I can tell you that for nothing. They'll probably bring the speakers out that way. Right, guys. How we doing? How's the meeting? How was the meeting, guys? Just want to talk? Yeah. All right. This is the way we came in, was it? Or they can go straight down that way. So we're trying our best here, guys. They're playing games. So they are. Yeah, I know. I've just got Ulster man at this. I seen that, mate. I seen that was just pointed out to me, so it was. What way do you want to do? What way do you want to do this? Yeah, go back around and see if we can catch them coming out if they think we're around here. Because they're going to be watching the live, aren't they?
There's no chance of it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's no. The fucking pick up out here, so you may as well fucking stay here. Oh, he's a fucking whatever you call it, scarves on.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been at the meeting. You want to go over and have a silly yarn?
Just be careful, hold it. Yep, so you got to hold it like this. So this is pointing you. This bit here is pointing you. That is.
Go ahead, you do the thing. Oh, he's a scarf on.
Guys, anybody want to speak? The Freedom Dad, citizen journalist for Northern Ireland. You got anything to say about the meeting this year's at? Your left wing ideology that you're bringing to Northern Ireland, trying to push into our country like England and Dublin. Is there nothing you got to say at all? It's just like a man to man conversation. Yeah? Two intelligent men speaking together, no? Anybody got anything to say? Why do you not want to speak? What's the problem? Is it because you don't have an argument when it comes to people like me? Is it because your ideology is destroying every country that you go into? And I can prove it and I've got the receipts. Is it because I can tell you how many children are being raped in England and what's going on in Ireland? Do you want to talk about Palestine and Israel? Yeah, you're a Palestinian supporter. Eh? Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference to Freedom Dad. Freedom Dad doesn't make any money. This is the thing. We don't make money. I'm here for my child. Have you got children? I bet you don't have any children. I'd put money on it right now, not one of you have kids. Because you aren't invested in this country. You don't care what happens to this country, do you? Eh? You got nothing to say at all. No words. No argument. Your way or the highway. Do you think we're going to stop? This is just the start of it. We're going to record every one of you, everywhere you go. We're going to put names to your faces. We're going to let your family and your friends and everywhere you go know who you are, what you support, and the destruction of our country, the Islamification of our country, the radicalization of left wing. Nothing to say. Get these characters. I mean, like, we're not here for trouble. We won't forget your face, my friend. All right, mate, how you doing? I'm good, mate, thank you.
We're all good.
We're right wing. Political parties.
or politicians?
I'm sort of going towards the TUV right now because they seem to be speaking more for what I want for my child and the future of my country.
Yeah.
You
Are
know,
you for like I don't know, what are your main points? Is it immigration?
immigration and obviously the birth rate and
That is going down.
yes, and what the government are doing to replace the people that don't want to do the jobs that you know.
It is indeed.
Yeah, what,
I'm from Glasgow.
what about in
I'm
Glasgow?
coming over here stealing your jobs.
Whereabouts?
Glasgow, Denniston.
Denniston.
Denniston, yeah.
I live in Mary Hill.
Did you? My girlfriend's from Maryhill. She's
It's just a mic, just so you
yeah,
you know,
no worries.
You know me?
Go on, I don't care.
That's all right. Hi, excuse me. Excuse me. No, what? Don't hide your top. Don't hide your top. What's on your top? Why are you hiding your top? Palestine. Do you want to talk about Palestine and Israel? Would you like a wee debate about it? But you don't want to talk. You just want to tell us that the Hamas are brilliant. Hamas are the best in the world, but you don't want to debate it. Sorry, I'm coming back. I'm sorry. I'm coming back. Go on.
Very rude. Very rude.
Let them stay.
No, so no. Basically, mate, it's to get it across that the reason why these people are getting brought into our country is to do the jobs that we don't want to do. The reason we don't want to do these jobs is because
The wages are
it's
too low.
and it's curring, it's cleaning, it's security work.
I mean, we live in a capitalist system where people are getting taken advantage of.
Yeah.
But what is your solution to it?
Our solution is to get the right politicians in to do the hard work that needs to be done. Our solution
And who
is
would that be? Would you stand? Are you standing?
I'm a citizen journalist. I'm
But
here.
would you ever get into politics?
No, I'm-
stand for.
No, I
public
would. I
office?
wouldn't get into
Why
politics.
not?
It's just I would rather bring a lot more intelligent people. I've spent a lot of time in prison, been in
You seem
children's.
like you're smart enough.
Yeah, well, a lot of people would
Disagree
a lot of people would
with that.
disagree with that, right? But no, the bottom line is it's like they get an understanding that the people that are coming here.
Were you at the meeting, sorry?
Yeah. I'm going to the next one. There's one about. We're going. In fact, it's meant to be
You were
starting.
at that meeting?
Yeah, it's meant to be starting. It's meant to be starting in 5 minutes. There's one about the Orange Order.
Yes, I know.
So,
Yes,
are you?
we're not allowed in.
You're not. You've been barred.
We've been barred. Yes. They know who I am.
They've got your-
I'm Freedom
they've got
Dad.
your
I'm Freedom
number.
Dad, so they know who I am. So what's your feelings about the Orange Order?
I think Ireland has always been a multi-ethnic island.
Yes.
There needs to be an appreciation for both sides of the divide, and then also people are coming in as well. I think without that, Ireland isn't the country. Britain's not the country that it has always been. It's always been a multicultural country.
This is the thing. We've had immigration in this country for an awful long time, and there's nobody been coming out on the streets. What do you think's changed?
Sorry, repeat it.
Right, so we've had immigration in this country
Yeah.
for a long time, and we've never had
and
people
there's been
coming
There's
out.
been a turning point now.
Something's happened. People,
I think immigrants are being vilified by a media which is inherently right wing, and they see that as a distraction away from the root cause of all these issues,
Okay, well,
which is
I'm going to crack you on that, right? So I can guarantee you that the media in Northern Ireland are not right wing. I'm in the Sunday papers every single week. I get called far right and racist, and I've never said a
But you're
racist
in the papers
every week, every
that's-
second week in the
That
Sunday
is,
papers.
That's
That's not right wing. That's left
you're
wing.
getting
They're
your-
trying to silence me. They're trying to get people not to
by
listen
putting
to
you in
me.
the paper.
Yes, by calling me far right racist.
Uh-huh.
Right,
But
and
they're still publishing you. You're still not being silenced if you're in the paper. You can't say you're
no,
being
they're not.
silenced.
They're not. They're lying. They're saying things that's not true. They're saying
yeah.
I'm an orphan, right? My
Yeah.
mum died when I was 8, and they're saying and I'm related to one of the Shangle butchers, which is a very bad thing to be brought together. If I'm trying to bring Protestants and Catholics together in this
I'm
country.
half and half, man. I'm my mum's a Catholic, my dad's a Protestant, and so I feel quite strongly that like my Protestant heritage is just as much a part of me as my Catholic heritage. Even though I do support Celtic, but you've
No,
got
that's
me on.
okay. So-
That's
so-
what we feel. When we see that thousands upon thousands of Irish people, Cork, Dublin, when we see that there, tricklers, Limerick, when we see tricolours everywhere, we're actually proud of that. We're actually proud of that.
See, things have changed because we're Christians, Protestants and Catholics. We're Christians. There's not much different between Protestants and Catholics. It's 5 or 6 books in the
Not much
Bible.
difference between I don't see that. I think all religious people. I'm not
You're-
religious
okay,
myself.
so let me stop you. So you're going to say there's not much difference between Islam?
and Judaism and these Semitic religions.
So what about Boko Haram?
What about
in
sort
Africa?
of ultra right wing?
Just lift it off and hold it, mate. It's just the battery's gone and that. Just hold it up. Just be careful what you.
I might have to leave. I
Yep.
want to go into this.
I know, because I'm starting to ask you tricky questions.
No,
I was about to. I was
genuinely,
about to ask you.
Thank you for debating.
Yeah,
No,
One more
it's
question.
conversation.
So we know that there's been over 800,000 children abused in England by Pakistani Muslims. So
How
why?
many have been abused by white people?
Yeah, no, but it's a white country. It's a white
It's
country.
more- it's
No,
more-
I know,
it's
but it's a
more
white.
white,
No,
isn't it?
come on, no. It's a white country. And I can tell you something else. I've researched this. I've read the transcripts. Our children have never been hurt or tortured.
You aren't fatted.
They've never been hurt or
That's the
tortured like
problem.
these men have done to our children. There's a difference between our paedophiles and these men are coming. Our paedophiles don't care what colour you are, what religion you are. These paedophiles these grooming gangs do care. They don't do it to their own. They only do it to people that aren't Muslims.
I don't agree with that. You hear of a lot of cases where it's like within.
Do you believe Islam is a religion of peace?
Big
So how
time,
come there's
big
over
time.
26,000 terrorist attacks that's happened in around the world in 1 year by Islamic terrorists?
Well,
How many Christians? How many Christians?
We're standing in a place that was plagued by Christian terrorists on both sides.
I know.
So
Yes.
I think
So do you think?
any extreme-
So you think
any
because of?
extremist religion
So they are all right.
or
Let me.
any
let-
extremist interreligious group
Okay.
have the potential and do perform acts of terrorism, as we've seen in
So
Belfast.
the,
What do you think of Nigeria at the minute? Nigeria.
Boko Haram.
I don't know enough of it.
Right, hold on, no,
Christians
no,
are
let me
being
finish.
told
Let me listen. The IRA phoned the government and told them when they were going to plant a bomb. They gave a warning. The IRA or the UVF didn't behead people. They didn't rape people. They didn't brand children with the letter M, saying that they were the property of Muhammad. Are you telling me you're putting a comparison between Islamic terrorists and the terrorists in Northern Ireland? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think terrorism in any, no matter to what degree, is prevalent.
So
on
will
both
you do me?
sides.
Will you do me one favor after we've had this conversation? Will you research the grooming gang transcripts?
Okay, I will. I mean,
and, look, and understand what happened to them?
I done a full dissertation on it. You heard of James English?
Yes, I think.
I done a full. I watched every single episode of James English,
Yes.
and I feel like the message that it's targeting specifically underprivileged working class men, and I feel like it's radicalizing us to become something that we shouldn't be.
So one last question before you go, right? So there's cities in England that have now been replaced. There's 0 locals and it's all foreigners. That's fact. I'm telling you it's fact here, right? I'm a citizen journalist. I can't just talk rubbish.
The
Let me
biggest-
tell you
the
one.
biggest
There's more.
refugees, the city with the most amount of refugees in the UK is Glasgow.
Yes.
And it doesn't feel like that at all.
Great. Okay. So you don't know about the Glasgow grooming gangs?
No, I'm not saying. I do know, and I'm saying there has been plenty of instances as Rangers fans.
Do you know what happened? Do you know what? You're a Glasgow man. Do you know what happened to Chris McDonald?
No, I don't.
Where he was taken away, tortured in a car by Muslims, Pakistani Muslims, and then brought back from brought back from Dundee and set alight alive. He was set alight alive. But this is, you're saying to me that it's all good and everything. I'm telling you facts here
Yeah.
that isn't good. This is a young boy who was burnt alive in a
I
park.
genuinely don't.
Please research it. Chris
Okay.
McDonald.
I will, but I think. Yeah, I think I'll
All I'm
leave you
saying-
with this statement that
Go ahead.
that on both sides, white, non-white, whatever, people have a potential for
Do you
for
think it-
evil, and it doesn't matter what your skin color is. There is evil in every community.
Can I
Every
say one
community.
thing? Can
Well,
I
we
say
get-
one thing? If we don't want evil coming in here, people that aren't fatted and raping and
What do we do with the evil that's already here, though?
We deal with it. We've got a system. We've got a system. Yes.
With British evil.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that is
yeah,
evil,
they-
and
they-
that's
No,
not going anywhere.
They-
Do you think we
because
should
they have a
stop
right
the-
to stay,
do you
a
think
right
we
to
should
stay.
Stop the evil from coming
Right,
in?
one thing.
I don't think they're
So
bringing
if
it. I think it brings more good than it
So
does evil.
if you brought these guys into your house, if you brought 5 Muslim guys in the house and they
I've
started,
brought plenty of Muslims
right,
out, yeah.
yes, of course we all have.
Yeah.
But if you brought them into your house and you've got children, and one of your children get raped, and you don't know which one, what are you going to do? You put them out.
I don't
You
deal
put them
with,
out of your house?
I don't deal with
No,
hypotheticals.
come on.
I don't deal with hypotheticals like that. That's
Right.
that's
It's the same thing that's happening in their country. We're bringing people into our country and they're raping our children. That's fact. Look at Ballymena. It's fact, mate. I report on it every day. This is my life.
That is what you believe, and it's fair.
I feel that you're only looking at one side of it. You're not researching both sides, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not. That's why I'm here. I am trying.
That's why I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I think the conversation is the only way that we deal with the tensions that are rife in
So
our society.
why do you think the rest nobody else will talk to me about this and have this debate with me?
I think
Is it
it's
because I know too
they-
much?
They've created a space here where they're discussing left wing politics and
Radical left.
radical left wing
Yes,
politics.
yes.
Of course, I think that the only solutions for our society are radical solutions.
So
Even your proposals, they're radical.
Of course they are. But everywhere I go, the police follow me. I get filmed. I get harassed and persecuted. Why are they not getting harassed and persecuted? They're doing more. They're doing. I'm trying.
60-year-old ladies and 70-year-old ladies are getting picked up in the street for having plasticine action on their tops.
Because they're prescribed. Because they're prescribed. They're prescribed to organisations.
I don't.
Let's keep it legal.
I don't believe they should be. Why? One man's terrorist, another man's freedom fighter. There is. They are standing up to a regime in Israel which are terrorising a population, which are torturing a population on a greater scale than anything we've seen here.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
You got any children?
No.
I think your views will change when you have children. Thank you.
Well,
so
I'll
much.
leave you on that.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, mate. So yeah, an absolutely amazing guy who actually took the time to. I'll put it on to. Let's let it catch up. So yeah, we're not going to get anywhere here. They're swapping doors. They're changing doors. They're opening this door. They're stopping them coming out this door. Wherever freedom that is, they're changing it. You know. But we've got a couple of facts here. This is radical left. He admitted it. This is the far left. We're the right wing. We're not far right. And look at the attention that we get. You know, this is the far left. These are doing the most damage to our country. They don't even have the answers. They don't. He's from Glasgow. Watch your finger over the lens. This guy, just hold it like that. Hold it like that there. Put your hand over it. Give me that. Give me that.
You took it.
I mean, guys, this is the far left. This is the far left. Okay. Now, why is the far right that they call us that we're just right wing? Why are we being persecuted? Why is the police and the government and the papers coming after us the way they are? But yet these guys have got protection. There's not a police officer or a camera anywhere here doing intelligence on these guys. These guys are promoting Hamas, Boko Haram, ISIS, and the rest. You know, that's a Glasgow boy. He didn't even know about Chris MacDonald. Do you know why he doesn't know about it? Because the people who he's listening to don't want to tell him. And that's just one of them. What about the rest of the things that's going on? They probably, half of them don't even know about the grooming gangs. They don't know how many children have been affected. They don't know the torture that them girls went through. I do. They don't want to know about the torture what the children and the women went through in Israel in October. They just want to see Hamas's freedom fighters. You know, like I say, these aren't freedom fighters. This is a different style. This is different terrorism, you know. And this is a terrorism that's coming to our country, guys. And I'm only here to let you see the difference between how they get treated and how we get treated and how they won't interact. They won't talk and they won't even give me a minute of their time. That man did, you know, because he's from Scotland. And, you know, fair play to him, you know. And if he ever wants to reach out and come onto my platform and sit down and maybe get some more facts and stuff, you know, and debate me. And not debate me, just have a conversation as two men, you know. And like I said, this is what I always say, guys. These guys don't have children. They're not invested in this country. They don't see the dangers that we see are coming. They're blind. They're blind. They're wearing blinkers because they're listening to speakers that don't have British names. They're listening to speakers that are Muslims. They're listening to speakers who hold dual citizenship. They're listening to speakers who want to change our country into the country that they've came from. And they don't care what happens. They don't care how many children suffer. So guys, there's not a lot more I can do. I just want you to know, Queen's University, Summer Awards, pay attention. We will be back, and we will be back with numbers. I'm Freedom Dad, and God bless.